Hello silver friends, this is Joli from QuickSilverHair, and today we're going to do something just a little different and just have a little chit chat. I have had a lot going on with QuickSilverHair, the website, products, and my life. So I just wanted to sit down and kind of share what's really been going on. It's been a lot, and I hope you will find this enlightening and informative. So grab a beverage and let's chit chat. When I first started QuickSilverHair, the clay product was initially supposed to be a ready-to-use mask. That was my goal. But I'm not a chemist, and a home remedy is a little bit different than a shelf-stable, package-ready product that can sit in storage and make it through shipping and live in your bathroom until you use it up. So I began the search 7 years ago for a manufacturer and a chemist who could help me build this product. It is an innovative product. At that time, there was nothing like it on the market made specifically for silver hair. So I was asking a lot, but I felt like if I could mix this up in my kitchen, surely a chemist would be able to figure it out. So after 5 years of searching and 30 plus manufacturers that I contacted, I found a company 2 years ago that was willing to work with me and was willing to build this formula with me. The downside to hiring a manufacturing company and their chemist is that that company will own your formula. So I had to make a hard decision on whether or not I was willing to give up ownership of my formula for a certain length of time. And I finally decided that there was no other route to this without doing that. So I gave up that, control, so to speak. Anyway, so 21 months ago, I started working with my chemist and we started building the formula. The good thing was I had all of the pieces in place. I just needed someone to figure out what needed to go where and what percentages and how to keep it stable. In December of 2022, my chemist sent me my 4th sample, which ended up being the sample I signed off on for the formula I wanted to use in May of 2023. From the point where I signed off in May until now, everything unraveled. It just started one thing after another. The first thing was my project coordinator left the company, so I got a new project coordinator who was not fully aware of the whole project and all the meetings that we had had, so she wasn't really in the game for my project, or so it seemed. Then I was informed that my chemist left the company, and I had made quite the connection with her, and she fully understood what this product was for, why I was designing it, and what I wanted to accomplish with it. So I was very disappointed when I found out that news. Obviously, she needed to go where she needed to go in her life, and I understand that, so I don't blame her for that in any way. But it really left me hanging in a way because we were at the point of making the final formula. Cut to, I received my first set of final samples, and I had a few women that graciously were testing product with me throughout this process, and I wanted to send them a real world sample. So this means it is a full jar in the jar that I'm going to package in, and it's ready to use for the length of time and during the times that they would normally use the product. Real world testing. So I get the first set of samples, and there is not enough there to give my people what they needed and fill up the sample jars. I also didn't have sample jars because the ones that I had picked were out of stock and back ordered. So then I had to wait for those, and when I got the samples, they were separated, water was floating on top, and the formula was not viable. I contacted the manufacturer and let them know what was going on, so they sent it all back to the lab to see what was happening. They at first thought the formula was heat unstable, and that was not the case. There was something else going on. I waited several months from there and kept waiting to hear back from the lab, and went back and forth with my project coordinator trying to figure out what was going on. And the lab finally got back to us and said that they had figured it out and they were sending me new samples. At this point, I actually had jars, so I was able to send my jars to the company and have them fill real world jars. I got them all and I sent them off to my testers, and over the last 2 weeks, we all realized that our samples were not viable. So some of them were separating with water on top. All of them, the product inside was firming up and changing texture. So I contacted the company again, and at this point I have maxed out on samples. I'm only allowed so many per project, and they are suggesting that I send these samples off for testing. The problem for me with that is I have to pay for this independent testing to find out what's going on with the product and why it's not stable. But I had a stable product in December. I still have that product and it's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still intact a year later. So I could not, in good faith, send off samples that were already deteriorating to test them. I just couldn't do it. It was just throwing good money after bad. So this week I decided to pull the plug on this project and be done with it. In my life and in my business, I don't think things should be easy, but I think things should work in a flow. And when that flow isn't working and things are constantly happening, challenges are coming, stop signs are hitting you in the face, it's time to stop. So I made the decision this week to stop. And honestly, I'm okay with it because this was incredibly excruciating experience. I have been in business for 7 years, and dealing with manufacturers and dealing with the miscommunications, dealing with the issues of not being able to get what I need, like containers, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to deal with that part of the business. What I have going on works, and I have it all figured out. It works really well between me and my co-packer. And so we're going to stick to QuickSilverHair as we know it as far as products are concerned at this time. So that takes me on to the next challenge that I've faced this year. In May, I discovered that I had a certain brand affiliate links on my website that were all broken. So I had to go through and fix over 100 links on the website. And then a couple months later, another brand that I work with changed their affiliate program. So I had to go in and change all of their links on my website, all of their links on YouTube, and fix all that. That is just part of being an affiliate marketer. Those things are going to happen. They have to change, products. They change URLs on their website. Things happen. A couple of weeks ago, I got an email from Amazon, and they are making some major changes to their affiliate system. I have been an affiliate with Amazon for many, many years, long before I started QuickSilverHair, and this one threw me for a loop. So basically, to explain it where you can understand, if you see an image on my website and you click on it and it takes you to Amazon and it's the same product image that's on their website, I have a way to copy and paste from Amazon to my website to create that image with that link. Amazon is eliminating that capability. So my website, by December 31st, all images with links to Amazon were going to be broken. So yeah, I scrambled. Like, what am I going to do? And the system that they've put in place requires another helper software to help communicate between Amazon and your website and build those image-based links. So I have to decide whether I need to add that software to my website or not, which I don't know that I will. I think at this point I have a temporary fix that was put in place, and I think I'm going to, over time, go through the 70 plus blogs on my website and remove the image links to Amazon, and then in the larger posts where I have, given you a lot of product recommendations, just give you a store link to my Amazon storefront. So I think that that's probably where I'm going to move to from now on. That will be easier in the future should something like this change again. I don't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of image links to go fix. So that's been on my plate. The next thing that happened this year, in early fall, it was the 1st of September, my server crashed. And I was on a shared server, which you don't have to know what all that means, but basically my website was down for 24 hours, I guess. And afterwards, I started having issues editing in the back end. It would take me forever to edit a page, hit save, for it to save, if I didn't lose everything and have to start all over again because it just would stall out and forget what it was doing. So I made the decision to switch from the shared server that I was on to a different system with my host. So we switched all that over, and we have been trying to figure out why my editing process is so slow. We have figured out that on one browser I can edit as normal, and on another browser I cannot edit as normal, but some of my software works better in that browser than this browser, so it's been fun. It is part of the reason why I have not put out as much blog content as I normally do, because it's been very difficult to deal with going from being able to edit something in a couple of hours or days to having to spend weeks on something to publish it. So that's been going on with the website also. Anyway, let's move on to the good stuff. This year I needed to get new bags, so I found a smaller bag for the clay. This is the old bag. As you can see, it is quite a bit larger, and I have moved to this smaller bag. It is still Kiki. It is still a 4-ounce bag, so all the clay is still in there, but the bag itself is 16% smaller, which is 16% less packaging and 16% less waste. So that was a really exciting change that we've made. Next up, during my last sale, you guys really surprised me by buying both of the scalp oil and the squalane oil together. So I decided to create a bundle for you that's slightly discounted all the time of both oils, and another bundle that is both oils and a package of clay, so you can have, if you want to try everything, you can try everything. So now there are 2 new bundles on the website at a slightly discounted price for buying all of it at once. So now let's talk about what I've been thinking about for QuickSilverHair products. That is, I likely will avoid going into another manufacturing situation like this unless I can have some predictions of how it would turn out, meaning maybe a referral from another company that knows this company, knows their chemist, knows how their manufacturing process works. I might consider it, but at this point, I seriously doubt it. I had other products that I did want to create for QuickSilverHair. I am thinking about right now that I will create a shampoo and conditioner, so you can buy a bundle that is shampoo, conditioner, clay, and oil all in one, and you don't have to buy other shampoo and conditioner to mix it with. The company that I work with that does my co-packing for me, they pack the clay and the oils for me, also has their own private manufacturing line, and she has offered to help me create a shampoo and conditioner off of her base shampoo and conditioners for QuickSilverHair. So I'm gonna kind of experiment with that and see if that's a viable option, see if that's something I can do for you guys to make the process of using my products a little bit easier. I also would like to make sure that whatever I do with the shampoo, that it is a chelating shampoo. That is more important to me, I think, in the process of helping you have your shiniest silvers. So I'm looking at talking to her about the ingredients to make a shampoo, a chelating shampoo. And I have been testing one of her shampoos for that, and I love the shampoo, so we shall see. If you're interested in that, if you think that that's a really great idea, please comment below. Let me know what you think. I really want to know. I really want your input because you're the customer, so please let me know about that. Also, as far as projects are concerned, some of you may know about the 50 Shades of Silver project that I've been working on. Obviously, you can tell with all the website stuff that I've had going on why I have been delayed on putting that project together. I received well over 50 photos for the project, and I am sorting through them all and figuring out which ones are the best quality to put on the website and the best quality for the project. If you don't know about the project, I decided to show the world all the different shades of silver hair. And while I probably didn't get all the shades because I used volunteers for photos, I did get more than 50 photos, and they are beautiful photos. So I am really excited to get that out to you guys, and I'm working on it. I want it to look really nice, so I'm taking my time with it. And of course, I'm having to deal with these other issues at the same time. So please be patient, that is coming. Also, a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that I was getting rid of all the fast fashion in my closet and switching out to slow fashion. And many of you said, please share more on that. So I have been working on putting that together. After you told me that, I started taking notes, and I ended up filling up half a notebook with notes on everything that I've done in the last several years to create a closet full of slow fashion. I also did some decluttering videos that I need to put together so you can see how I go through the process of decluttering my closet. So that's coming up, and I hope you enjoy that. I'm also thinking about, bless you, Kiki. I'm also thinking about doing a interview style video where I interview other silver content creators, experts, friends, etc. If that sounds really interesting to you, please let me know, because it does require me to use a slightly different platform for interviewing, filming, and so forth to make it ready for YouTube. And if you want to see content like that here on the QuickSilverHair channel, I would love to produce it if I can, and let me know. So that wraps up this video. I hope you found it at least informative, and now you know what's been going on in my little world. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so now, because I would love to see you next time. Until then, shine on.